Hi everybody. I know I don't have any followers, but I'm just going to make the video anyway. Has this ever happened to you? Have you ever told someone or a friend, anyone really, something secret, like your life stories, like you just poured out everything to this person and um and then all of a sudden one problem happens and then they use everything that you ever told them against you as a weapon. I mean, that has happened to me a few times, and it's disturbing that you have to be leery on everything that you tell anyone, and it doesn't matter if you've known them for a long time or not. It don't matter. It could be years. It's happened many different um, situations and different people, time spans. One person that I've known for like 10 years did it, and then another person a year. But it's like I'm always floored when it happens, and I shouldn't be, you know. And it's like everything that you say is supposed to be sacred in that moment, but then all of a sudden one thing goes wrong, and they have the power to devalue you and hurt you and use everything that you've told them in confidence against you. And then it's very violating to me. I don't know about you. It's so violating. And especially when they make videos about it or they tell their other friends and then they start rumors. And then especially when people don't believe you to begin with. Like, you could tell them the truth and they don't believe you. It's not that I care. It's not like I need their approval or something. Because I don't need you to believe me. Because in that moment, it's sacred. It's precious. I'm giving you a piece of my life, my story. And you abuse it. You're the one that goes over the boundaries and violates a person's trust and takes everything back. It's like making a beautiful cake and then taking a shit on it and using shit frosting. It's it takes back all the kindness that that person has shown them, and I know it shouldn't. I shouldn't look at them differently and say, look at all the kindness and take it all back. Bless you. And I should just cherish the fire alarm test, I guess. Oh well, that happens here. Well, it is really hurt. It's really hurtful, mainly when they don't believe you. Like, you could tell them the truth and they don't believe you. And it's like, what do I gotta do to make you what you tell me your story and I believe you for what you say. So, well, the fire alarm works. Well, I'm just trying to be as honest as I can, and I'm trying to connect with people whether they believe me or not. I can't help it if you don't believe me, but I'm not. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean one way or another whether if you believe me or not. I'm not here to convince you of anything, because when I say what I say happened to me as a child, and I give you that gift of knowledge, and then you demean me and say that I'm try to mooch off other people's, you know, get sympathy. I don't know how they put it, but get sympathy, like by saying, I don't know if anybody else has done this. Has anybody else ever said, oh yeah, I've experienced that in my life too. I relate on that incident, or similar happenings happened to me. Anybody else said that when somebody was telling their story? I mean, that's just how you communicate with other people. That's how you relate and have a connection with people. So you don't feel so alone. You know, I don't think it's right to make somebody to shame some. Not only that, not just shaming them and degrading them and telling them that they're a liar, basically. And not only that, you take it and then you say, "Oh, you're mooching off other people," and just it's not even real. And a lot of people, when they speak, they don't realize what they're conveying is what that's the way that they're taking it. Is that if you say, "Oh, you're only saying that thing to mooch off their sorrows, and you're taking the focus off the real victim when it didn't really happen to you," you're calling them a liar. You called me a liar, and I mean, that's horrible. Especially when I talk about serious stuff like me being raped when I was younger. I was in a cult. I was raised in a cult setting when I was younger. You know, uh, I was physically abused. I was verbally abused. I was spiritually abused, psychologically abused. Any way that you could think of, I was abused. I was starved. I was treated like a slave, but I was also put in very very different situations growing up, like night and day. Like I was first raised very, very poor. We were eating out of dumpsters if we did eat, and then I was brought to upper middle class that had parents in the house, but they were never really around and they weren't open. There was still abuse going on. So, but from highly religious to no religion at all. So it's like it was very, very hot in Arizona, and then I went to Crescent City where it was very, very cold. So like it was night and day completely. So I have different stories where I could relate to certain people on different levels because I've been raised in many different situations, even as an adult. I've been put in a lot of different situations, which I could relate on many different levels with many different people. So when I say, hey, I relate to that, I'm not trying to take their sunshine or their whatever. I'm not trying to mooch off their sorrows, you know. But I think people that say that, I think they have a guilty conscience, personally. Because if you accuse somebody of doing that, that's pretty serious. Maybe that person that accuses you of doing that, maybe they're guilty of doing it themselves. And they're just not being honest with themselves. If you accuse of other people of lying, maybe they're guilty of lying themselves. And I just realized that the Spirit just brought me that information right there. And that makes sense. I didn't realize it. I was feeling really bad. And I just wanted to make this video to see if anybody else relates to that. I could never, if somebody, one of my friends, told me about their life, which I have many friends that tell me about their lives, and it's confident, and I believed them. I could never speak to them. Whether it's a new person that I just met, or it's a very old person that's been in my life for a very long time. I could never speak to them in that manner. I could never say that they're lying or they're mooching off someone for their sorrows. And what a horrible thing to say to someone, especially when you're talking about serious topics like that. It's just, it's heartbreaking that the world is so broken, you know, and people are just trying to reach out and have a connection with someone, and it's not happening because there's no work behind it. It's not real. Everybody's pretending, you know, and that breaks my heart. So, and then also I wanted to say to all the straight people, because I'm a lesbian, and I'm going to keep saying that. I don't care if it bothers anybody else. I'm me, and I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to keep saying it as long as there's bigotry in the world, as long as there's people that hate gay and lesbian and transgenders. I'm going to keep saying it. And I don't care that it pisses you off. I'm not playing nice when it comes to this topic. So, by the way, straight people, with love in my heart, sincere love, I'm just trying to educate you on this matter. When you say that we are only gay and lesbian and transgender because of the shit that happens in our life, that's saying that you're fucked up in your head and that's the only reason why you're like that. Okay? And I'm going to keep saying this until it gets across, my point gets across. And there's a lot of my friends that are gay and lesbian transgender that are sick and tired of society saying that we're only this way because we're we were abused. It's our childhood wounds that made us like this. Not all of us are like that. Yes, there is some that are like that, but the majority of us are born this way, honey. So deal with it. And whether you like to admit it or not, with love in my heart, I'm just trying to educate you that we were born this way. And that I think that it's wrong to continue to build this stigma and stereotype, because that's what it is. It's building hate and ignorance of we're only gay and lesbian and transgender because of the abuse in our life. That's wrong. Wake up, world. It's time to have knowledge. Whether it hurts your, feelings or not, it's knowledge. Sometimes growth hurts, you know. I'm just tired of people using each other and hurting each other when it's unnecessary, you know. I'm not the enemy. I'm just trying to convey knowledge and love and compassion and connection. I'm not the enemy. But, I find myself in that situation a lot. That I become the enemy because I tell the truth. I'm so blunt. I don't know if you guys have that problem, but I seriously do a lot. Is because people don't want to hear the truth. They want always people. There's a lot of people talking just to hear their own voice. They don't want to have conversation. They don't want to have connection. They just want to hear their own voice. They want to make themselves look like they're smart. Like they're the ones that everybody comes to for knowledge and they're so powerful and knowing. I have quite a few friends that are like that. And it's like, oh my God. What can you do? You can't tell them the truth because they can't handle it. They're so fragile that they can't. You say one thing, they'll break. You know, and they're already broken to begin with, which is the sad part. So you got to do it very delicately. If you care, if you really care, you got to do it very delicately. So thank you for listening. I know there's a lot of rambling. It's not much. It's not really organized, but this is my first video live on here, and I'll probably have better information, make more videos, maybe short movies. I love making movies, especially when I travel, and I'll take you with me because I believe in you guys. You guys are always here for me. The good people of the world. We always tend to find each other. And I appreciate you. Just to let you know, I appreciate you. You saved my life. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. How do you turn this off? Oh my God. I don't know what's going on. Chat live messenger. Bear with me, I'm new. Hey, I can change my... That's cool. Black and white's cool too. I love you guys. Thank you for listening.